Hey, good evening. We're in Houston this evening. If you're following our schedule, that would make a big difference between you and me. I just go where I'm told. But if you are following our schedule, you might note that Houston is not actually on the schedule. We decided to change our route. Um, we drove in from Beaumont, Texas today, which was our hotel city, and we decided that the idea of driving out of Houston in rush hour Friday traffic was not fun. So we have 9 people staying over at my in-laws' home here in Houston. Um, Harry and Patricia are kind enough to host us this evening. And our niece Opal is here. Our 2 nephews, Christopher and Alex, are away at school. So we're kind of taking over the place. We had an amazing dinner here. Patricia, my mother-in-law, cooked gumbo and, well, some turkey that I did not touch because it was filled with some sort of a meat that I did not know about. And we had a great meal around an indoor table with lights that were attached to a ceiling, and there were no mosquitoes biting us. And for those reasons alone, it was amazing. We had an amazing time at Texas Children's Hospital today. Rick and I wheeled around a bike and went around the 9th and 10th floor at the hospital and met kids who are in various stages of treatment and spent some time with over a dozen kids. After that, a bunch of those kids met us up in the playroom, and a bunch of other kids also met us there. And Josh Rifkin from the Songs for Kids Foundation played music with his friend Sanjay. And, those guys, Josh always pulls energy and fun out of kids that is not necessarily there when they walk in the room. You can imagine 2 guys with acoustic guitars and a giant notebook filled with songs by all the favorite artists of kids, like Miley Cyrus and people like that. They really, I think they played Beat It. Was it Beat It? I think it was Beat It. It was just great. Um, One of the little girls who we met up in her room ended up singing a few songs with them, and just they really set the room on fire. And then I went up there and talked about our bike ride, which was very easy once the room was already on fire. Um, what else can I tell you? Right now, I'm posting a video. Um, we did an interview with an 18-year-old young man who is in treatment at Texas Children's. His name is Bucky. He's a high school football and baseball star who was at baseball practice one day and his arm hurt. And, well, you'll watch the video and you'll hear the rest of the story. An amazing dude. We had a great time hanging with him and talking with him. And it is an interesting juxtaposition to do our nightly dedication and and tell you about a child who didn't make it. We spent all day building up to meeting some kids who were in the hospital fighting. It's our first hospital visit, and I have to say that I feel like my energy is like this, and now um, to go to the other end of the spectrum, it's feels a little bit like I'm seasick. That's what this cancer game will do to you, very much. Um, so tonight we're going to go from Houston to Ohio, and we're going to dedicate our nighttime hours to a 12-year-old girl named Emily Ann Lewis. She is from Westlake, Ohio. She passed away earlier this year in August. She had battled cancer for over 2 years, and she did not make it. This evening, we will put our heads down and we will end our day and we will think of her, we will think of her family, and we will keep them in our hearts. That's my guarantee. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up here in Houston and we'll have breakfast in my mother-in-law's kitchen, and then we will head out north of Houston and be on our way toward Austin. We'll end up in Austin Sunday late afternoon, a day ahead of schedule, and we're very excited about this because our 2 days off in Austin are really not 2 days off. We're riding with Lance on Wednesday, and Tuesday is a full day of interviews, and I can't even imagine my schedule. There's some radio stuff, there's some TV stuff. We're going to Livestrong headquarters one of the days that we're there, so it's pretty jam-packed. We have 2 auction winners coming in, the guys who won the auctions to ride with Lance. One of them is a good friend of ours, Greg Geisler, and we're looking forward to seeing him. So we're here in Texas. It's a big state. We're going to be here for many, many days, actually. Over 2 weeks we're going to be here. So you'll be hearing plenty of Texas stuff from us. So for now, I wish you a good night. And there's the stop button.